Financial Fashion Network is a platform we have created to host events and build community by creating content that promote personal development, financial awareness, and mental health. And it's our main goal to be a motivating force to everyone in the world. Now, if you want to support our brand, you can go to www.fnfstore.com and you can find our apparel and you can, support the brand. Take a look at our hoodies, take a look at our joggers. It's getting ready to get cold. So if you see something you like, you can actually get 10% off your first order by using discount code FNF10. Thank you. You are now tuned in to We Invest Different Podcast, where we have high-level conversations. I'm Mr. John Michael Best.
And I'm Victor Thomas II.
Let's tap in. On conversation number 50, we discuss artificial intelligence, how we feel about it, our opinions about it, and how we're going to use it. And we also talked about our views on the educational system and what we should do for ourselves and our households. Tap in. Thank you for tuning in to another conversation of We Invest Different Podcast. I'm co-host Mr. John Michael Best.
I'm your other co-host, Victor Thomas II.
And it's good to be back, man. We tapping in early. It feel good. I feel pretty high right now. Vibrationally frequent. Frequent wise. You know what I'm saying? Why you got to do that?
Bro, you the one that bro, you the one that said it, bro. All right, bro.
How you doing today, King?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm probably just still a little sleepy. I ain't even been to sleep. So I'm feeling probably like when I get sleepy, man, I start getting a little silly, you feel me?
True. That's so funny, bro.
Yeah.
Because me and Chels were just joking about that last night. We went out to eat. We went on a little outing at Longhorns.
Yeah, right.
And man, we both were sleepy because we were supposed to go to McDonald's and go to Cheddar's.
Chili's? Oh, Cheddar's.
And we like, man, because I had got off money laundering Thursday morning.
Right.
And it takes a while for your body to catch up. So Friday, I still got my behind up and I had to do some work. I had to go help my father I had to go help him do some work. And then after I left him, I had to go cut a yard yesterday. So it's just been, getting things done.
All right.
So shoot, bro. I just had to, boom, 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 boom. So, hey, yeah, but that rest is pivotal. So I feel you.
What you ate at Longhorn, bro?
I had some shrimp, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. I forgot they got that.
Yeah, I had some shrimp and I also had some asparagus. I had some shrimp, asparagus, and some clam chowder.
Word.
And I know, like, bro, like, lobster is really bottom feeders, bro.
Man, come on, bro.
I'm just saying, like, it tastes good. I eat it often. Like, I'm not on, like, not eating it at all right now at this moment. Like, I won't say that I always eat it, but right now, like, I do eat, you know what I'm saying, seafood, and that's what I had, bro. And clam chowder is delicious, bro.
I bet it is. But I went there about last month or so. Bro, I was going crazy over they broccoli, bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro, they broccoli, bro. I was ready to go to the back and be like, what y'all putting on this broccoli?
For real?
Bro, it's that good, bro. No cap.
No wonder why Chelsea was grabbing that shit last night.
Bro, that junk going smash, bro. I ain't had no broccoli Well, I ain't gonna say that, but it's a real, it's something special they doing with that season, and I'll put it that way. Something special they doing over there at Longhorn for real. One time for Longhorn.
Gotcha. They ain't paying us though. Gotcha.
It's all good. It's not about the money.
I feel you. But yeah, man, tapping in. Wanted to have a conversation about artificial intelligence because that's something new. It's arriving and it's coming quickly, and I feel that we need to learn it. We need to learn about it because this is something that's coming regardless of whether we feel positive about it or whether we feel that like it's ethical or not. It never really mattered what we felt like is ethical. Just like 5G.
Yeah.
We all use things that harm us every day, bro. So as far as ethics go, it don't even really matter. But the conversation that I want to have about artificial intelligence is to really explain the fact that this shit was already here, bro.
Facts.
It just they just named it something else and upped the capacity of it. Because I feel that we were already in a funnel of artificial intelligence because look at your phone, okay? Years ago, they came out with the fingerprint on the iPhone. Apple came out with the fingerprint. So that's literally your phone, aka AI computer, knowing your biometrics.
Right. That's
And
something
then
to
they
think about.
right. And then they came out with the face recognition. So now AI also has your face. So when you think about how AI has the capability of learning your voice, Siri has already done that. That AI was already here. It's just that now you can actually type something in and have more control of it. See, now it's just like, okay, they giving people access to it. It was already here. They was already using it, but now they giving the public access to it.
Yep.
So that's what I feel, bro. Like we was already in the funnel, and I feel like that's just the marketing of like, man, the capitalism. That's just how it's set up. You don't really realize that you're in a funnel, but you've already been captivated because it's been hidden in social media. It's been hidden in
All
things.
around us, man. All
Right.
around us, all day. I mean, they got goddamn Teslas, man, that's out here driving themselves, bro.
And
And that,
stopping themselves.
you feel me?
And stopping themselves, bro.
And that just make me think, bro. Like you said before, they just now releasing this AI thing they got going. With some more, they exposing more of it. Put it that way. So it just make me think, like, damn, what they got in that other bag? You know what I mean?
Man, ain't no telling. Like, because that's when we get into the conversation of, extraterrestrial, beings. Because advanced technology, bro, if you just do research, because I've done due diligence in that, like, if you do research, like, there was it's like every so often there's a growth in technology. Because you got to think about it. Okay, the internet era, right? The internet era is where, okay, the search engines. Think about it. Like they was already rolling this stuff out. Like when
Facts.
the search engines came out, that was the big thing about the internet. Like that's when Google started being big.
Ask Jeeves. That was that one for me back then. AskJeeves.com.
Yeah, I remember X.com, yeah.
You to smash on them.
And see, that was already AI. So then you have these big companies and corporations that position themselves in that new industry. So you have to also pay attention to that. So like when Google started taking over the internet, that's why Google is so big now. And then if you do research on AI, Microsoft owns already 75% of OpenAI. So you have to realize that artificial intelligence, when you see these big corporations investing all of this money into something this new and this young, you have to pay attention. So this is something that's here to stay, bro. And I just, in my opinion, I suggest everybody, if you I feel like you should inform yourself, you should educate yourself. So my question to you, like, what's your opinion about AI? What you think, like, how you think it should be used, and how you feel about it?
Man, I think it's pretty cool, man, when they got the right intention. I ain't even really think about it till I read a few articles on it that just been popping up on my phone lately. Cause like I said earlier, I've been engaging with it. So, that's how the AI work. You know what I mean? They see you messing with something, they gonna push some more on you. But yeah, man, it just seems like it can be a little dangerous in the wrong hands, you feel me? Cause what I typically use it for is like, or have been using it for lately, is like information, you feel me? And
right.
That thing can spit out whatever, bro. And I'm thinking they trying to get some guidelines in place to kind of keep some things from populating. I don't know how far along they is with that, or regulating it rather. But I think it's something that should be done, because I mean, it's like endless, bro. I'm talking about you can literally ask question after question after question, and it'll keep spitting out stuff, bro. Like literally, I was just doing some market research using AI just now, right before you called me for the conversation today. And I kept saying, "Is there any more?" And motherfucker was like, "Yes." And I was like, "Is there any more?" "Yes." "Is there any more?" "Yes." It's endless, bro. So it's like if you typing in, a certain kind of thing, and you trying to figure something out that may not be so ethical, the information to do that unethical thing that may not be so easy to get can be right there. Right there.
But you don't think that search engines has that capability already?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But I mean,
you got to work harder. You do got to do it. Like, you do got to search more. But
yeah,
like
that's the
AI,
thing. You ain't got
AI
to.
makes it right there. Like
Yeah, you
AI
ain't got
gives
to
it to you
search
right
through
there.
nothing. It's like boom, right there.
Right, no searching, bro.
It don't spit out exactly, and that's what's so weird about it, bro. Like, I'm gonna say it's weird, but it's super advanced, bro, because it can give you such a detailed response. And then if it's not detailed enough for you, you can ask it to be more detailed, and that bit gonna be more detailed.
Right.
But I think I've been using it for like, what I'm trying to do, basically, market research, stuff like that, asking questions about marketing primarily. And this morning, I had a conversation about God with it. Just try to test the limits. And it ended up talking about science and stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, man, it's a computer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what we also have to understand. And really keep in our minds, because like, you shouldn't try to trust AI, because they also made it clear that it does make mistakes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can type something in and it'll give you like two different answers. And like, that's how I was able to kind of manipulate AI myself, because I was like, Jesus is not white. And like, you can say Jesus is not white in different ways. Like, you can ask it a question, was Jesus white? It won't necessarily say that he wasn't. It'll tell you what majority of people believe. Like, if you say was Jesus white, it's gonna give you like a general answer, like Jesus was depicted as a white European.
Yeah, stuff like that.
But then when I typed in Jesus is not white, instead of asking it a question, I just typed in Jesus is not white. White. It said you are correct. Jesus, as a Middle Eastern Jew, would not have the physical characteristics of a white European.
I ain't that crazy.
And then they keep saying that Middle East, like they don't want to say Africa, but that's the Middle East is Africa, bro. You know, it's like stop saying it. Like Jerusalem is in Africa. It's like stop the shit.
Right. And then that also make you think about, man, you know, it made me think about the powers that be, like who's programming these things, who really, you know, who's in control of this stuff. Because you know they can start spitting out whatever they want to, kind of like a social media feed. It's like
Exactly.
these folks dictating what's popping up on your feed in some degree. Because I know I don't see nothing but like probably the same 30 folks on my feed every day. You know what I mean?
Well, you know how like we got social media. I think because that's our version of news and entertainment. I think that, you know, for the powers that be, like the news, like the news on the bigger scale, like CNN, like all of those platforms or whatever, like that's their social media. Like that's what they choosing. That's the algorithm they choosing to throw out. Like when you watch the news, the propaganda is black people are always doing something. It's always something violent going on with black people in the black communities. So like that's the feed, that's the timeline. And it's people that plug in, just like how we go to our Instagram every day. It's people that plug into the news every morning, every evening. So it's just like, it's all a game, man. You can really see this in your mind and detach yourself from the matrix because you can really see it. Like you can really see this. Like as we talking, like it's really a game. It's being manipulated.
What you mean by that?
It's like, okay, there's somebody controlling the information that's being put out in the mass media. Like there are meetings being held on what to put out and how long to put it out before they roll something else out to further manipulate you.
Where you get that? What make you say that?
This is just in my perspective. Like this is how I feel how society is being ran.
So it's like a round table of people that's just like running everything.
Oh, for sure. Because why wouldn't it be if somebody actually owns America? Like this is a real business and corporation. So why wouldn't it be a round table of people talking? Like
and you know that might be real talk, bro. Because it's like, did I tell you about that Vanguard?
I'm talking about how that company owns a lot of other companies.
Man, them niggas got their hands in everything, Jack.
Every single thing.
You can go look up any company, bro, and you're gonna see Vanguard got either majority or close to majority.
See what I'm saying? See, yeah. See, now you see that, bro. So ownership is power, bro. So it's all about that. It's all about that, bro. So
speaking of that, man, I was listening to the Breakfast Club the other day, bro, and I heard that T.I. even got a movie. Well, like they acting in it. I think it's like T.I., Terrence Howard, and some more people. You feel
me?
And they not only acted in the movie, bro, but they also invested in that. So I just wanted to mention that, bro. Like they paid for the movie themselves, bro, and they look A1, bro. I heard. I want to check it out, but I just want to throw that out there.
Man, that's beautiful. I like, man. I can't wait to watch it then.
You see what I'm saying?
You know the name of it?
Fear.
Fear?
Yeah.
Bet. Bet.
But yeah, man.
That's good. That's a good announcement too. Like, cause you know we piped up Longhorns.
Real talk. Gotta support black business, melanated business.
For sure. For sure.
King Michael would say. King John Michael would say.
Hey man, I love melanation.
Yeah, right.
Cause it's like, yeah, nobody's black. But moving on, bro. I also wanted to talk about. I wanted to get a conversation started about something that I feel is important. Because it's near and dear to my heart, and I feel like it's gonna be near and dear to yours. How do you feel about public education, private school education versus being homeschooled? Because as you can see from our school career and from people that we know school career, like we learn a whole bunch of shit that we never going to use in life.
Out of club.
So how do you feel like, because kids, they go to school and they be away from their home, they be away from their parents. for majority of the day to get filled and indoctrinated with stuff that they're never going to use as an adult. Most of the stuff, like I'll say about 80 to 85, 80 to 90% of the stuff that you're going to learn in school, you won't even use it. Besides like English and math, and some maths you won't even ever use. So it's like, at the end of the day, what are we doing? So I want to get your opinion on that. Should we still continue to send kids to school and get their time wasted? Because not time wasted, because in terms of like what you're doing with your life, I understand that if you're going into the system of the world and you want to work a job, like this is the process that you're going to go through. Like, but CEO here, tapping in. I just wanted to remind all of our supporters and all of our listeners to share our podcast and encourage everybody to subscribe and get these great conversations. Back to the show. About, kids being in the school and they learning stuff that they won't know, like, because like some math that we learn you will never use.
Oh, no, you were saying something about even something about them wanting to go work a job or something like that.
Oh yeah, it depends on what you want to do with your life. So I understand that, if you lining your life up, I want to go to college, I want to, because that's the life that's set up for you if you choose to go to school and do the same normal traditional things, because that's the system. Like, that's the system that you're lined up for, because there's no other need for you to know that type of information or go through that type of training unless you're getting ready to live that particular lifestyle. So I feel like I don't want my son to go to school and learn about the War of 1812, because what's relevant to him, like how is that relevant to his life, and how is that going to help him be successful? Like, I'm gonna send him to school and he gonna learn history, and this is even for, the school I went to as well. I went to a private Christian academy, so like I'm not even sending him there if they're gonna teach him the same thing I learned, like, because I never had to use it, and two, it was indoctrination, because this was some false bull crap. A lot of it isn't true anyway, but we still allowing our children to be indoctrinated by, what's being taught. So yeah, you give your spiel on how you feel about that and what your perspective is, bro.
Hey man, I think for the first time I had this thought, man, but to me it just seemed like slavery prep, man. Slavery prep. Cause it's almost like they putting our mind in chains.
Wow.
Do this, learn this. This all you need. This the box you need to stay in. All right, go be a contributing citizen by doing what we set up. Stay within these guidelines. That's what I see it as. That's just another form of slavery, bro. Go to work, pay your taxes. Get the rich. And, you be satisfied with retiring, with a retirement check every month.
Right, bro. And what don't make sense to me, bro, is like the myth of society thinking that we can't all be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we get put in a box to limit our success, because you got to get put through the process. And see, that's why they want you to go through the system, because it slows down success. It slows down. It's survival of the fittest. And like you was just saying, it's slavery preparation. And that takes us back to Charles Darwin. They call him the father of evolution, who came up with the mindset of white supremacy. So we don't want to get too deep into that, but I'm just saying that society has been shaped, for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is how we want our people in America to be like. So this is what we're gonna send every child through. Every child has to start school at 4 years old. They finna start indoctrinating your kids at the age of 4. Very pivotal times in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I really think they should start school at 8.
Why you say that?
Now, I need to put foundation in my children before they get sent to the schoolhouse.
That's real tough.
I'm finna let you teach my kids, and my kids is young. my baby boy is young, but I'm finna put him in the hands of you during the most important years of his life. He don't even know you, and you don't have his best interest. You don't have more interest than me.
Yeah,
So I'm finna give you the most pivotal years of my child life for you to indoctrinate him with some bullshit. No, sirree, I'm not doing it. And I said this before my son was even born. Like I said this before, like this even happened. So like, I already was having conversations with myself about what I was going to allow to go into him, because I know like some of this stuff don't even make sense. So why teach him that just because it's tradition, or just because like everybody is in the cycle of letting it fly?
Yeah, that's stupid. You're stupid for real when you really look at it like that. To me, it is. But a lot of people fear, stepping outside that box, man. A lot of people, that's their comfort zone. That's what they know, and it take a level of faith to step out of it. You know what I mean? If you didn't grow up that way, which is, you got an opportunity to cultivate somebody with that kind of faith. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
So it'll be second nature. But for people that grew up in that box, man, it takes some serious faith. And most people that do, break out that box, bro. Yeah, I mean, it takes faith and not being a fear of failure. Accept it. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. Folks don't want to accept failure. So they'd rather just stay right there. I do this. This what my folks said do. This what they had lined up for my life. So I'm just stick with this. It's really a lack of faith.
Do you think, bro? Yeah, I can agree with that, bro. I can agree with that because I can see how, like, a lot of the times we don't want to disappoint our families. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to impress the ones that love us. So we end up doing the traditional thing that make them proud, even though their ideologies are ancient,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't match the speed of today's world.
Nah, so, it's different. It's real different.
Totally different. Like, the world is set up totally different. It was way more hands-on back then. Now things are a lot faster, a lot quicker. So a lot of things that you had time to wait for back then, you don't have that time now.
What you mean by that?
Meaning, like, okay, for instance, we can even talk about money and inflation. How back then you could buy more with less, but now you got to have more to buy less.
Word.
So it's like some things that used to work don't work now. So they think, okay, now the normal thing is, okay, a man's supposed to pay for everything. Yeah, a man's supposed to be there and take responsibility. Yes. But see, back then it was more lenient because men had all the jobs. You know what I'm saying? It was more male dominated. Everything was male dominated. And like, men made the most money. And like, everybody went to work all day, every day. That was just the culture. But now, when there was different forms of ways to make a living, not everybody leave the house and go to work now, because times change. Now you actually can make money doing different things because the internet boom came out. So when that time came, they stayed in industrial age. They ain't even in the technical age. So it's like, you got to get with the tech now, because that's how the economy is moving. So it's like, we have to be conscious and we have to watch, because you remember we talked about earlier about AI. Like, we have to pay attention. We see that these companies are following AI. We can automatically see that we can safely say that AI is going to be around another 10 years.
Real talk. And that just made me think about, like, I noticed that a lot of restaurants, bro, they about to start implementing these. I know they already got like the kiosks you can order food at, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it really started from bagging your own damn grocery, but I ain't finna get all into that. But I mean, now.
But nah, bro, get into that, because you remember that's why we was breaking down, the funnel. Like, because we already been into AI.
Right. That's prime example. So I just look at it like, I could start at bagging grocery, but it probably go back farther than that. But I know that it was bagging groceries, Then you could order your meal on a kiosk. Or yeah, you can order it from your phone and go pick it up. But then what I see being more prominent soon is it's gonna be, and they already got it, but it's gonna be more restaurants implementing AI cooking your shit for you too.
Exactly, bro. I
For
mean,
me, that's just a signal to like, hey, it's time to really start using what we got over AI, whatever that is.
maintaining
Them the
control.
people,
Control.
them the people that's gonna really be up considering what's going on.
You
But you
got to
said
control
maintaining
AI.
control.
Say that again, King.
You said maintaining control.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like if you if you don't let AI control you and you control it, then we should be fine. If you get to the point where you allow AI to influence you, because you got to just become. See, that's why we have to educate ourselves. If you educate yourself on AI, you'll know what's AI and what's not AI. So you and see that's what it's all about. They can take like you can manipulate your voice or whatever. Like it can use your voice to make things or whatever. But you have to know. You have to use it. You have to educate yourself to know what AI is. Or so if enough of us aren't educated on AI, then of course it can be a threat to us. Like anything that you don't know about can be a threat.
I can see that. But what about when this AI, you know, continues to develop and controlling itself? Because that's what they're trying to get to. And that's the spooky part that I mentioned. Like they
Yeah, I
really
mean
trying to get their thing to be self-sufficient.
it's already that way, bro. Like we said, it's already been here. What you think the algorithm is? It's taking your data, aka AI. It's taking your data. It's taking your information. So all of the stuff that you search, all of the stuff that you scroll on, it's taking it. Your phone is AI.
True.
So this stuff has been here. So like I'm saying, they just put a name on it and made it more specific and gave you access to it. Like AI has already been here.
So if it can't control itself, then how can we be in control of it?
We just got to be aware and use it. That's how you be in control of it. You got to actually use it. You got to utilize it, or it's gonna utilize you. Like you gotta know about it. Is what I'm saying. Cause like we already are using these apps and stuff like that. We're already inside of AI. So without us, so if we're unaware and if we don't learn about it, then we'll be controlled, right? Because you got to think about it. People put a lot of faith on Instagram. People put a lot of faith in social media. So they caught up in AI. They've been controlled by AI, the algorithm.
That's crazy. I ain't never thought about it like that.
So this shit has already been here. Like you can already be controlled by AI, bro. If you believe everything on social media, if you believe everything on the media and in the news, AI already got you.
So my question to you is, how do we look beyond it? Like, okay, we understand that AI is AI, but how do we look beyond it if
What you
it's
mean?
so prominent in our lives? Like what else is there to look to? Because from what you're saying, it's like everything, like we surrounded by AI.
See, that's when you have to develop your own personal development.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, you can't allow AI to control you. So what you have to do, unplug. Like you have to unplug, take the goggles off, like zone out, meditate, pray, be in tune with God, be in tune with consciousness. Like that's how you not be controlled. That's how you get above it. Like you have to remain conscious. You got to remain like in control. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't mean control in a way like you saying that you God and you can control the outcome. I'm not saying that type of control. I'm saying like you're not letting it overpower you because you have knowledge of God and knowledge of self and you realizing what's going on. Like that's why we having this conversation now. Like we realizing what's going on. So we really critical thinking and really like envisioning what things are.
And you know, now that you say that, bro, that right there is what I believe what we got over AI. The ability to do them things you just said.
Exactly.
Unplug.
Exactly, bro. So think about it. If you just said, you know what? Fuck Wi-Fi, fuck phones. I'm going to stay in the woods. AI is defeated. But we so addicted to the things. We so addicted to the system. We so addicted to the matrix. We so addicted to AI that we can't live without it. So it's like, yeah, like that's the battle, bro. That's the fight. Like,
real talk, nigga feel butt naked without their phone, boy.
man, come on. I just broke the TV, right? I just broke the TV, and we still trying to find ways to watch something. Like, you can't even unplug. Like, why is the TV a necessity? Like, why the TV have to be in your house?
Why the TV got to be on all the time? Think about that.
Why I got to be in your house?
Real talk. Real talk.
We got microwaves. We got all of this bullshit that's being controlled by AI, bro. Like, speaking of, you talking about, restaurants having, being able to order, your food from a kiosk. Let's talk about the microwave. Like, the microwave was also a form of a robot or AI because, excuse me, it's a way for you to cook without cooking.
Damn, you know what that made me think of?
What?
That funnel.
See what I'm saying? Now you got an air fryer.
I'm telling you. I'm attached to that motherfucker, boy.
And none of that shit is good for you. And they keep feeding you like it's good for you. Just like the new vegan industry. And like the vegan industry is basically the same people. Cause like I was telling you a few weeks ago, bro, like I really can go eat McDonald's. It's not real. So technically I'll be eating vegan. If you go by what people saying veganism is, I can go eat all of this shit because it's not real meat.
Yeah, bro, I heard about somebody left a cheeseburger from McDonald's in a Coke one winter. Then came back the next one, and that wasn't nothing wrong with that bitch.
Bro, that ain't nothing. I seen a TikTok, a dude kept it for 20 years.
Dang.
20 years, bro. And the cheese and everything was still intact. He could have put it in a microwave and ate that motherfucker.
That's sick, bro. I can tell I'm about to make that shift because that kind of stuff been on my conscience. Like, even when I was riding with you, you noticed I was talking about it. Like, that food thing, bro, really been starting to weigh heavy on me for real, man. It's important. I'm starting to see.
Man, we invest different, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, even eating at Longhorns last night, I was looking at my woman cutting that steak, and I literally seen blood.
Real talk.
And I'm looking at this shit, right? And don't get me wrong now. Logically, it don't look disgusting. So don't take this the wrong way. Like, I'm not saying it looked disgusting because steaks look good. But what I'm saying is that I'm thinking about the whole thing, like the whole picture. Like, this is animal blood. And you consuming it.
Real talk.
How is that different from drinking another human's blood? Think about that shit, bro. Like, this is some animalistic shit.
It is. It is. What if folks started eating meat, like, because it was like really like a struggle? Like, what if like early people was in a messed up predicament and they were like, damn, we gotta eat this. And then folks just kept eating it, kind of how black folks still eat neck bones and pig feet and all that still. What if it's the same concept? Like, it was actually a struggle. Like, you struggling if you eating cow.
Nah, man. See, it became if you do due diligence, like even just watching documentaries, like I've never in particular specifically like searched meat eating, But I've watched like things and I've heard like conversations of where it was mentioned like how meat was such a rich man's thing.
Mm.
So culturally, meat was like a way for you to show your like hang your nuts. Like if you
Mm.
ain't got a lot of meat, then you a bum.
Mm.
So it became like, okay, and that's where melanated people got that culture from. And I don't even know why we took that European mindset. Like eating meat is not black people. Okay, I can't stop. I gotta stop saying black people. But meat eating is not originally, it's not from aboriginals, bro. I'm sorry
Mm.
to say that, but that's not the way the original people eat, bro.
Mm.
And that's why we have lost a lot of our power because we became meat eaters. Because like when you're connected to the earth and we're connected to God on another level, cleanliness is next to what? Godliness. And when you eat dirty, you think dirty. And that's what I was saying. You consuming animal meat, you consuming animal blood. So like you're literally eating animal DNA. So like
Crazy to
what
think
is that
about.
doing to your DNA? What is that doing to your body? You're putting that inside of your genes. And that's how high blood pressure get transferred through genetics. That's how diabetes, you more likely to get diabetes because from generation to generation, we eat this bullshit and we train our children to eat it too. But that all comes from us trying to be Europeans, bro. Trying to hang our nuts. Oh, I'm gonna eat meat. Like it's how you hold your weight, bro. Like if you got a house full of meat, oh y'all got some money. Because meat is expensive. Meat is expensive, and that's how they put it in capitalism. Like, bro, animals are from the earth. Like God created those animals. So it's like, how are you able? You gonna kill these animals and put it up for sale? Why are you doing that? Like these folks are going to kill. We go and kill animals to eat their meat. What the fuck?
Know what I'm saying, bro? That junk, like, I'm talking about like how it originally started. You feel me? Like,
The kings,
cause
bro.
I get no, I'm saying even before that, bro. Cause like I said, bro, at some point that wasn't the thing to do. You feel me? Like it turned into a luxury. I don't think it wasn't no luxury in the beginning. You feel me? Like
Do
they
you feel
took
like?
it and spent it into a luxury.
Do
Kind
you
of how
feel
we
like?
do ribs. Like ribs was the bullshit of the pig. You feel me? But now, niggas, a slab of rib gonna cost you about $70, $60 now.
But see, that's what I'm saying, King. Like that's what I'm saying. That whole ideology, what we know about meat comes from the rich man. It being a rich man thing.
No, that one you ain't
But
hearing
but
me,
at the
bro.
but I'm
You
saying
ain't,
though
you
at the
ain't hearing
beginning.
me, bro.
No, I'm saying you talking about at the beginning. I'm saying at the beginning. You're right. If we think about at the beginning, I feel like it came from like some type of spirit, bro. Like, like you gonna get an idea to slay an animal and eat it, bro. Like that's kind of almost like the first murder on the earth. Like how Cain killed Abel. At that time, murder didn't exist. So it was just like then it just existed. Like it just happened. Like Cain killed Abel, then murder just happened on the earth. So it's just like somebody had to just slay an animal and just run wild in the fucking wilderness or something.
Right. Know what I'm saying? Like what would be the motivation to do that but hunger? Like just think
Nah, bro.
about
It's something else, bro. That ain't hunger ain't gonna make you do that because you got berries on trees, you got fruit on trees. If you that hungry, bro, it's shit other things you can eat.
I'm saying
That's
it ain't
easier. You
but
gotta
I'm saying
slay a whole animal,
what if it ain't none around though? That's what I'm saying. Like
bro.
it's
You gotta
possible.
think. You gotta think, bro. It's you gotta slay this animal. You gotta exert all of this energy to eat this shit. But you mean to tell me ain't no circumference for miles? You must live in a damn desert. There ain't no animals in the desert.
I'm saying like it could be a place where it ain't nothing to eat, bro. I mean, it's going on right now. So why wouldn't it be going on back then? Like it ain't. It's certain places you can go that they call a food desert to this day.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, bro. But I still don't think that shit was like I don't think that it ignite the thought of slaying an animal.
Hear me out on that. Hear me out on that. It's just a theory I
I
came
think
up
that's
with.
demonic. I feel like.
Now, there go a theory I just thought of, bro. So, like, what if God was like upset and was like, you know, I'm gonna make everything around here dead, and then man was like, damn, I ain't got nothing to eat on these trees. Like, then I see an animal. I'm hungry. I'm finna go eat this mug. What if that's how it happened?
Shit, that's probably very well how it could happen. Because I mean, in the scripture, it did mention like if
Famine.
if meat offends your if not eating meat offends your brother, then take part, and vice versa. So it's just all about the situation. Because like in certain situations, I can see myself like, let's say if I was if I would offend someone by, no, I really don't care. Not me specifically. I probably wouldn't handle the situation like that. But I'm just saying, like, this is how I was supposed to handle it. Like, if I was in a room full of people and I would offend them by not eating meat, I need to eat that meat just that time.
Man, I don't know. It's crazy you mentioned that, bro, because I was reading that yesterday. And I think it's deeper than that, bro. And I don't think like we supposed to partake in it if we don't eat it. But I think the message is we shouldn't chastise nobody for eating it. And we ain't got to broadcast that we don't eat it. We can just not eat it. But we ain't got to be like, I don't eat no meat. Y'all tripping on that meat eating. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro. Thank you. That was a way better way to say that, bro.
Yeah, but don't eat it. If you don't eat it, don't eat it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's a better way to put it. I was just saying, like, I mean, me. That's why I'm saying, me specifically, I wouldn't do that.
I got you.
I was just saying, like, in the scripture, I feel like in the scripture, you expressed it better than what I explained it. But I was trying to say it like in the scripture, it was saying like, don't offend, like, don't offend. If you ain't gotta offend, like, don't offend.
Yeah. And it's always a way to go about it. And I think that's just a message. And, in whatever we believe in, if we believe in something and somebody believe differently, we ain't got to offend them. We can express what we believe in, but, it's a way to say stuff guided by the Holy Spirit, be gentle.
For sure. But bro, what was your conclusion, bro? I think we got away from the topic, bro.
My conclusion on what? The meat eating?
Nah, what was the conclusion on like how you felt as far as public school versus, being homeschooled and it being a part of the system, being taught, instilling and indoctrination. Like if you go into school, they really indoctrinating you to be a part of the system. So I was asking you, like, do you feel like what should we do about that? Like, should we continue to like let our children go to school because like it's the tradition and it's the norm? Because it's like they make it to where you have to enroll your children, and like it's really a war. That's what I'm saying. Like they really want to take you to jail for like not sending your kids to school, and if you homeschooling, they want it to be a curriculum that they approve. So this is really, man, it's really warfare out here. So I want to give a conclusion like on what you feel.
It take faith. It take faith, and they're gonna take time. And considering what you just said, it gonna have to be some people that take that leap of faith and buck the system. But what also needs to happen is a new curriculum, a new curriculum, man, and opportunities that can come from that curriculum. Like it got basically like a whole different system in a sense. If that's what needs to be done, it got to be done thoroughly. So we just can't say book the school curriculum, but then we go out here into the world and everybody expecting you to have, what's required, and you ain't got it. So, whatever people decide to take that leap of faith, they gotta also consider like, okay, we gotta have somewhere for these kids with this new curriculum to go and have them something to do. And I think that's what the melanated community is doing right now by, creating opportunities like doing movies and is being solely owned by melanated people and having business that are owned by melanated people. That's the first step. We got to have something set up for them first. Because, I mean, if your child don't go to school, you know, they might not have a high school diploma. They might not be able to get a degree, but if you got something for them to do and they could be learning a skill and a trade, then they'll be all right.
On God, man, and good. I'm glad you went there because I want to add this point before we go to the next segment. Like education is pivotal. Just because you're not going to school don't mean you shouldn't be educated. And that's really the main point I wanted to bring out of that conversation. Like we have to take accountability and responsibility as parents to be educators in the household. So like to a certain degree, we have to inform and educate ourselves so we can teach our children at home. And I think that's a big gap. That's why children continue to get sent to schools and continue to get sent to the system because we don't feel like we are adequate enough to take on that responsibility. So I think it's going to take self belief. It's going to take self confidence and belief in God is of course to for you to even feel like it's possible. You got to believe in God for you to even feel like it's possible. So of course you got to start there. But after that, we have to act and execute on educating ourselves so we can educate our kids.
Real talk. Real talk and teach. And man, you got to really teach them, man. Like, I know I heard somebody say a while ago, man, some parents get so caught up in giving their child what they didn't have that they don't give them what they had or something like that. They get so caught up in trying to give the child what they didn't have as a child that they forget to give them what they did get. And I think that's, them lessons kind of get lost. So you got a lot of kids out here that's, everything they know is coming from school. Everything they know is coming from the TV.
That's
Everything
crazy,
they know coming from social media.
man.
But yeah, it's on the responsibility of adults, man. And I think that's a problem that I typically hear when it comes to the street culture. A lot of the young G's always talking about how the OGs ain't teaching shit. Like they say, a lot of OGs ain't passed no game down.
Man, because it's not about. I mean, I can understand that, bro. Because like I said, the information age, when the information and the internet hit, bro, it watered a lot of wisdom down because people was just putting stuff in the internet.
I'm telling you.
So it's like the OGs that made a shift in the OGs, of course, because now when you used to have to depend on like knowledge that was passed down from generations to generations, it went to shit because now you got Google. Now everybody trying to go to Google to get information, and you
Right.
know Google information isn't all the time accurate. So
Yeah.
like you put faith in information that's been created through the internet instead of like real wisdom that has been used from your people from generation to generation, like the mullein plant, like shit like that. Like my daddy always talk about the mullein plant and how powerful it is. Like you know how many people don't know about mullein
No, I don't know.
because they take traditional information about medicine. So
Sound about right. It's all a part of that system, man.
phew.
All a part of that system, that funnel, man. But
Oh God.
everybody, you gotta select few, man, that's gonna recognize it for what it is and do the work that you mentioned to break out of it and use it as a tool. Use the funnel and everything about the AI and all that. Use it as a tool. That's the key, man. Because that's what the quote unquote elite do with the whole system. Anyway, they use the whole system as a tool. Like I heard about some of these millionaires, man. They listening. I'm echoing. But some of these millionaires, they don't even allow their child to engage in a lot of this stuff.
A lot of what stuff in particular.
Like I can't remember exactly, man, but it's some social media exec that don't allow his child to be on social media.
Man, that's the thing. See, that's the smartest thing for us to do as melanated people. We gotta unplug, but we have created these apps for these people. Honestly, we make these apps go viral.
Hmm.
So we are a big part of the system, man. We are a big part of how the system is continuing to go. Cause like we got too many people. I ain't even gonna. I mean, dang, but it's messed up because people making a living off of this stuff. So I can't knock some of our people that has used social media to take care of their families, but it's a part of the problem. Honestly, we utilize social media, but when you become like when it becomes your identity, it becomes dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're only known by your social media. Like what have you done in real life?
Mm.
So it's like, damn, like you only known by what you did online. So it makes me question who you are in real life.
Mm. That's something to
So
think about.
this shit iffy, bro. So moving on, bro, to the segment of what you learned. I'm excited to reveal what I learned, bro. And I know that you got something too. But man, I learned something about coffee.
Mm.
I really want to say a couple things. Coffee is the narrative of coffee being bad is false. Like coffee is actually good for you in different ways if you use it in moderation. But the problem with coffee is what we put in it. Because coffee itself isn't bad for you. It's actually a natural being. And it actually have things that inspires the body. Like it literally inspires the body. It has been studies shown that people who drink coffee has better performance. And it's not just because of caffeine; it's also because of other components that's in coffee that inspires the body to move faster, more efficiently, and it also increases weight loss as well because it has a it has a different way of connecting with your metabolism and how you burn, how it suppresses your appetite. All of that stuff is very scientific when it comes to coffee. But what waters down the effects of coffee is the creamers, the sugar, all of the stuff that we put in it to try to make it taste dairy.
Like a milkshake.
Right. We so addicted to the taste. So well, let me be transparent. There's a taste that I get from coffee and creamer that I'm addicted to. So I yearn for that taste. So but when you change the ingredients, maybe use another type of creamer, maybe use a creamer that's non-dairy, incorporate that into your coffee. Or also like sometimes drink it black. Don't all the time put cream in it. Like drink a couple cups black,
Mm-hmm.
But also too, I also learned a valuable lesson when I was money laundering the other night. Always do what you're supposed to do, regardless of what other people is doing.
Straight up.
Because man, you make mistakes when you come into places and you look around and you try to do what other people is doing. Do you? Do you?
Mm-hmm.
And when you do you, man, the results of doing you are beneficial to you. Cause like I was at work and I was getting mad because a couple of dudes weren't doing their job effectively, like I felt like they should.
Yeah, all right, boss.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do y'all job for you. I ain't doing y'all job. I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Whoop, whoop. But then I realized like I was making my night harder for myself. I had to let go and just work. I don't give a fuck what they're doing, what they not doing. I'm gonna do what I do.
Straight up.
So I started going the fuck in, bro. And then like the manager came to me at the end of the night. Like she was like, they was trying to like give me some incentive. Like man, we appreciate your work. Cause man, everybody left and I ended up doing like 3 people job by myself, bro.
Mm.
But they came to show me like it's all about perspective, man. It's all about that change and that switch in your mindset. It's very pivotal because it unlocks something. It unlocks great possibilities instantly when you just stop thinking about this and that and just be in the flow, like we was talking about, like just be in the flow. I threw myself in the flow by stop thinking about comparison and what I'm doing and what they doing. Like, fuck that. Stop comparing yourself. Stop worrying about what somebody else is doing. Focus on you being your best self. And that's what I did. And once I focused on honing in on what I was supposed to be doing, like rewards come after that.
That's right.
So yeah, that's what I would learn, man.
That's a powerful message, man. Powerful message, man. I really think that perspective, man. That perspective, man. I've been having revelations lately that I think that got a lot to do with the idea of Satan, bro. And the enemy and all that stuff. Because if you think about it, when something happened, you know, a lot of quote unquote Christians love to say stuff like, oh, that's the devil trying to get me. That's the enemy trying to get me. The enemy trying to attack me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But, you know, one thing that I'm starting to choose is if I find myself in a difficult situation, I ain't gonna choose the perspective of the enemy doing this, the devil doing that. I'm gonna choose the perspective of, oh, here go a situation for me to learn from and grow from.
Amen.
So it's almost like taking the power away with my perspective.
Exactly. Ain't that powerful, bro?
Yeah, man.
Like how your life, it really shifts your life, literally, just by you just thinking differently. Like it shifted my whole life because I didn't tell you part of the story. Like earlier that night at work at money laundering, they usually we're able to leave an hour early sometimes.
Word.
Well, not sometimes. We were able to leave if we wanted to without penalty at 4:30 because we're supposed to get off at 5:30. But you can leave at 4:30 without a penalty. You just won't get paid for that last hour. So one night everybody left and they still had a lot of work to do. So they put a FYI out about not leaving at 4:30. So everybody got to leave at least 5:15 now. Like the earliest you can leave at 5:15, but you're supposed to leave at 5:30 or whatever. So I was mad about that. I'm like, man, I'm gonna leave at 4:30 or whatever. But then like I was toting it with me, and my night was starting to be harder.
Mm-hmm.
So after I just was like, bro, the more you fight against this shit, like the more you fight against stuff, the harder it's gonna get. Like the best thing you need to do is accept this shit. Like accept this shit and deal with it the most positive way you can. And once I thought about it like that, I'm like, oh, these folks just saying they want to pay me for another hour.
Mm-hmm.
I started looking at it. I started looking at it like that. I'm like, oh, that's all they want to do. They just want to pay me. Okay, cool. They just trying to pay a nigga back.
Real talk.
And so, bro, I got that work in, bro. And my night was great, bro. And I ended up leaving after 5:30.
See that, man? Perspective, man. Perspective. That thing life changing, bro.
Instantly, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But going over to the last segment of the financial theme, the financial tip, and we almost out of January, and it has been a great month. I'm telling you, man, how your month been? Your month been good, pretty good,
bro. I can't even describe, bro. Like what to call it, bro? It ain't no word. It ain't no phrase. It ain't no paragraph. It ain't no essay, bro.
Yeah,
That's how I know it's from God, bro.
hey,
I can't even explain it, bro. It ain't great. It ain't good. It ain't none of that, bro. For
wow.
real, it's beyond it, bro. I feel so aligned, but that ain't even the word.
Can't even describe it, huh?
It's new to me.
Yeah, January has definitely been a blessed start, man, to 2023, and not just, and I'm gonna stop making references to time because time is an illusion, bro. Like time is a constraint, and that's how you created a work clock. They created time to put your ass on the clock. I'm saying, what else time is used for, bro? Time ain't used for shit else. It's calculating them 40 hours a week. No cap though.
It's time to put your ass on that clock.
Like, nigga, all you need to know is, okay, it's about to be a dark around this time. Like, why the hell you need to know what time it is?
Oh boy, that shit sound too much like the truth, bro. Oh man.
I'm dead ass though, for real.
Yeah, finish your ass on that. Oh man, that's funny as hell, bro. Oh, that's too funny. Yo, real talk though, I feel you on that, bro. Cause I don't see what other use is good for it, bro. At all.
Cause like our natural bodies know when it's getting late, bro. Your body gonna tell you, oh shit. And you can look outside and see the shit dimming.
Yeah, nature gonna tell you.
It's only 2 times you need to know about, and that's the beginning of the day and the evening. Cause like in the beginning, if you go to Genesis, God only spoke about the evening and the morning. Like it's only about day and night, bro. What the hell you need is 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Like, that's some bullshit.
And one thing too, man, like our natural bodies is like it will tell us when we need to stop doing something too. But what we do, we look at that clock. Well, I can't stop until the clock say that.
Come on now. It's a constraint, bro. It's another constraint, bro. To your mind. Like, think about it. You put your mind in like 24 hours. They say it's 24 hours in a day. How the fuck we know that? So it's like 24 hours in a day. So basically, we thinking in a box. We thinking that we living in this day 24 hours. Like, we don't think that a day, like, what if a day wasn't 24 hours? What if a day was 72 hours? Like, what if a minute isn't really 60 seconds? Like, because like even in terms of God, one day is 1,000 years.
All right, so that's what made me say a minute really ain't even nothing to begin with. It's just an idea of this world.
See what I'm saying? That shit ain't nothing. Like, time ain't nothing but a control, bro. Because like, even when God talk about time, that's what he put us in. That's this dimension. Like, I mean, we say, okay, time doesn't really exist, but at the same time, it does. I'm just saying it doesn't exist the way that it's being projected in society. Like, time does exist on this realm. Like, because we gotta die. Like, it's gonna run out. Like, literally, like, this dimension is gonna die out. So, of course, like, ultimately, the earth is on a clock. Like, but I'm saying in terms of like, oh, it's 24 hours in a day. It's 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 7 days a week. Like, okay, yeah, we know it's 7 days a week, of course, because we got day and night to go by. Okay, and I feel like time should only be numbered by days. Like, okay, this is the first day, the second day, the third day. I understand that because God kept numbers on his days of creation. I think we should follow suit with that, of course. Okay, this is the first day, the second day, the third day. But in terms of hours and shit, I just think we need to look at the sun and the moon.
And so what's before us? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Look at that too. I really can't explain it, but it's like, if you want a task, it's like when you aligned with God and what you're doing, like God will let you know when it's enough.
I believe that too. But you got to be connected, of course.
That's the only way.
Right.
That's the lack. That's the lack. That's a part of that's a part of being in the matrix. Being somewhat disconnected.
Talk your shit.
Unplugged into that.
Exactly, bro. Plugging you into the system and plugging you out of God, bro. Mm-hmm. Indoctrinating you, taking you away from your real powers of imagination and creativity. Right. Like, we are creative beings. We are powerful beings. But when you get indoctrinated, it really slows your thought process down. It really puts you in the box. Like, it puts you in the rhythm of. It puts you in a rhythm, in their rhythm. So it's like, I wake up at 6 a.m. and go to school. Like, that's my day. I have a day already set up for me. I gotta go to class at 8. I gotta, like, what? Like, what? Huh? Look, that's how we set up our lives, bro. None of this shit is empowering to who we are. All of this shit it's not empowering to your soul or your spirit at all. But
they don't want us. They don't want us to use our true power, man. And that's our spiritual intelligence, bro.
Damn, that's a perfect word. But yeah, I ain't even get a financial theme of the month. Financial theme of the month. Before we close out, we just got caught up in talking about how great January was, and then we went down into another conversation like we always do. But bringing it back on the financial theme of the month is setting a financial goal and sticking to it. We talk about a lot about consistency on this podcast. We talk about a lot of persistence on this podcast. So we want to encourage you. So when you set a financial goal, I don't care if it's saving 10% or a small goal, saving 2%, because I realize that no matter how small the goal is, accomplishing the goal is going to equate to the same reward. Because, like, we get caught up in, like, all right, this goal wasn't that big, but success is success, no matter the size. So always remember that it's not about the size of your goal. It's about accomplishing your goal. Because at the end of the day, whether it's big or small, if you don't do nothing to accomplish it, then it don't matter the size.
Yes, sir.
So I encourage everybody to stick to your goal. And once you learn to stick to your goal and you see results, it really will transfer to other areas of your life, because we all know psychologically, we treat our money how we treat ourselves. We treat our spending like, if we are emotional beings, or we are a more emotional person, we're going to spend emotionally. If you're a more logical thinker, you're going to spend your money logically. So it's all about the way that you actually think. It's going to control how you spend, how you accomplish your goals. Like, all of this stuff is connected. So once again, stick to your goal, and it'll also help you stick to other things in your life as well. But with that being said, anything left you got to say, King Victor?
Hey, man. Stay spiritually intelligent. Get spiritually intelligent. Strive to be spiritually intelligent.
Amen to that one, man. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 50, bro. Conversation 50. 2 more conversations and we'll be at our 1-year mark. And man, it's been great. It's been great, and we getting greater. We got some things coming in the future, and I'm pretty sure y'all will see this rolling out in 2023. We ain't gonna speak about it, but we are growing. We do have plans of showing that growth, because we are growing. We're growing right now, but for that growth to be seen, stay with us, because as we just said, that time is on this dimension. So, but once y'all see it, support. And with that being said, I'm King co-host John Michael Best.
And I'm your other co-host, King Victor Thomas II.
Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next week, and we will have a guest soon. Stay tuned.
Peace.
Peace. Are you stressed, anxious, or depressed? Well, here's some good news for you. We started a mental health movement called MH10, and we encourage people to pay more attention to their mental health. So do this for us.
Take at least 10 minutes per day to take a walk in nature, a jog, run, or just meditation to decrease your stress, because stress is one of the leading causes of chronic physical and mental illnesses in the body. So if you want to join the movement, you can also post on social media, post your 10 minutes by using hashtag MH10 or mental health 10 minutes.